It's been a long time since I did a video, so I'm nervous about doing a voiceover. On this one, I am doing a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I actually did it back in January. That's why it's winter themed. But I did not get around to editing the video until now, which is June. So I apologize for that. I did the drawing digitally in Procreate on my iPad. I tried it without a reference first and that just didn't go well. So I found a picture of a girl wearing scarf and hat that I could adjust. The artist that did the original is Melissa Boss. I will put her in the description from Instagram. I printed out my drawing and then transferred it to Strathmore mixed media paper. It's pretty smooth paper. I'm going to use Arrtx acrylic markers, the same set that I used in the last video with the teacups. It works pretty good on this paper. If you go over it too many times, you can tell it's trying to eat the paper. I probably should have left in the actual footage audio for this part. Be a little bit of ASMR. I'm going to show you here which Arrtx acrylic marker set that I have. The colors do not match the original drawing exactly, so I did the best I could. Probably the most problematic colors was the ones I used to shade with. Oh, and I finally mounted my camera arm to the table beside my drawing table so that the camera is not shaking while I work. Finally. It's not a real stable setup, but I did the best I could with it so that the camera's not constantly shaking. That is a big improvement. My footage for this entire project is over 4 hours. I can't remember exactly, so I cut it down to under 30. So I had to cut out most of it, but I tried to include little bits of every part, almost. So if there's a part that I did not leave in that you would like to have seen, let me know and I'll do that for the next project. You will see I have to go over these with a second coat because they look pretty streaky on this paper. You can see how streaky they are here on the green sleeve. This pen I'm going to do the outline with, I'm pretty sure I got it in the one and only sketch box, or was it scrawler box? I can't remember, that I have bought. It was like a clearance one. I went ahead and did it here because I was losing the lines. So I thought I'd go ahead and do it. I think I do have to go over them a second time after I'm finished painting, because they kind of disappear. It's a nice pen. It worked really well over top of the paint. It didn't clog up. Sometimes that can happen. Here you can see where I mentioned earlier about the shadows not being the best color. These were the best options in the box. This is where I'm doing a second coat on the red. It really does make it look better. It was pretty streaky before I did that. I did paint the shirt white, but I left that part out. Of course, no one wants to see you paint white on white. This shadow color was actually the best of all the options I had, so it wasn't hard to pick one to be a good shadow on white. I did leave out where I did the background because that was pretty time consuming. But I did a little bit of the snowflakes. And I messed up on her nose, so I went over it with the paint marker again. And I'm letting it dry before I go in and fix the out there on the left side of her nose. Still didn't get it perfect, but I'm also noticing now that her right eye looks a little bit bigger than the left eye. Probably my outlining of the eyes got off. But this was a fun project. I wouldn't personally use the Arrtx markers as like a, how do I say, a final serious art piece. I mean, sure, some people may, but I personally, I'm not crazy about the texture. And the fact that I had limited colors probably also contributes. But they're fun to use. Here is there's where I'm fixing the nose. And then I'll be removing the tape. I know people like a good tape peel. I'm using artist tape, so it sticks really good, but it did peel up my paper a little bit in a few spots. A little bit too expensive to use for this purpose, I guess, but I didn't think washi tape the tape I have anyways, would stick good, which I know a lot of people use washi tape for this purpose. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions, let me know, and maybe I'll do them in the next one. I'll try to be more regular and do once a week. Again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.